Hey everybody, welcome back to another show and tell video. Today something a little different. Made some notes, of course, that I can't read now that I've made them, but we'll just stumble through these. Bear with me. These are two examples of a M1957 Swiss bayonet. And these came from usually two different manufacturers, Victorinox and Wenger and Company of Devamount, if I have that correct. These both were acquired from majorsurplus.com. Feel free to check them out. They got lots of stuff on their store website, majorsurplus.com. And let's go ahead and dive into these. So, again, these are Swiss, meaning from Switzerland. M1957 bayonets, and in order to be equipped with a bayonet, it's not just having a bayonet, it's being able to carry them safely without, literally poking yourself, or because it's not necessarily a cutting instrument, although there are edges on them, but they are more for making holes, let's say. So there's the bayonet itself, usually some sort of scabbard to enclose the blade portion, and then in order to carry the whole unit itself is something called a frog. You can look up the definition and origins of that term for yourselves. I think you'll find that interesting itself. But for purposes of today, we're just going to keep going and try to take a look at each one of what we have here, the two types of examples. There's actually more than that, depending on time period when they were made, because markings change through the evolution of manufacturer, through streamlining and other changes in the manufacture process. Markings change, and there's very slight differences in features as well. But we'll just grab the closest one. How about? So again, this is the frog portion. You can see that these are actually aluminum rivets used to hold together what is actually a kind of olive green, kind of a plastic coated cloth is the best way to describe it. So it simulates, vinyl basically. So you can see it's this type of design typically used also with leather craft in order to get something over a stud point like that. That itself is looped through this hard loop on the scabbard to secure this in place. So if I were to actually thread this off of here, that comes off like so. And this is how this appears normally by itself. This version of the frog is the M1990, which is kind of a later generation of frog as opposed to the older leather manufactured. Marking wise, you can see that down there. Fassler. Not sure if I have a definition for that. I don't see anything at the moment. If I do find any notes on that, I'll get back to you on that. But you can see that right there in the texturing. Now if we look at the scabbard itself, again we got that point there. That's the screw there. Kind of the marks on there. I'm having a hard time reading them. Maybe we need the camera to focus in on those. Of course not. But you'll know it when you see it. So if you pull this out. Yeah, should be right there. If you look right there, you can see the P mark. In my notes, P stands for Paillard, AG of Sainte Croix. We live the blade itself, this one is a V for Victorinox. There's our number. See the profile of the blade. There's an edge, but it is not sharp. But the tip does have a point to it. Other markings on this one. There's usually something there. KB mark. On this side, there's usually, let's see, is the F plus W, and that stands for W and the F, Waffenfabrik Bern. Trying to see if there's anything else. Cross piece, no. So the way this mechanism works is you push it this way to get it to release. You see how it moves the cam right there out of the way. So it kind of hooks onto a spigot. Very firm plastic handle. So that's the Victorinox version. Let's see quickly how we can put back the frog on this one. It's actually easier without this, so you know, for handling. See how much easier that is, way easier. And then you can put that back and put this in here. Okay, now this version, for same purposes, we're not going to remove this. This is very similar. I've already looked at it before. This version is a Wenger, a number. KB number there. Again, the F plus W, or the W plus F, whichever you want to call it. What notes do I have on here? Yeah, so basically the M1957, one of the main uses was on the 7.5 millimeter Sturm Gewehr 57, made by SIG, I guess. And again, two manufacturers. Main manufacturers are Victorinox or Wenger. The older versions had those actually spelt out, but these newer versions have just the abbreviation letters on them. So, lengthwise, you can see it's about definitely longer than my hand. And very similar blade profiles. Not sure whether or not these are original scabbards or not with these. Really doesn't matter. But these frogs are almost identical. So again, just a quick show and tell. These are two versions of the SIG. Well, yeah, they came with the SIG STG 57, but these are the M1957 versions of the bayonet for the Swiss rifle, and these are the M1990 frogs. So this has been another show and tell video. Feel free to check out other videos in the playlist. We also do unboxing videos as well as curios for the curious, more artsy object videos. Feel free to check out all of those in the playlist. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.